I want to speak to you today about something that I know we've all been through at one point or another, the feeling of being overlooked, underestimated, or even left behind by someone. Maybe it was a friend, a family member, a relationship, or even a job. And though it might have hurt at the time, let me remind you of something: they will regret losing you. It all begins with understanding the incredible value that lies within you. Often we let others define our worth based on their opinions, actions, or how they treat us. We may think we need their validation to feel good about ourselves, but let me tell you, your worth is not determined by anyone else but you. You are created with purpose and potential, and there is no one else like you in this world. Every talent, every gift, every part of you has been intentionally placed inside of you for a reason. But here's the thing: you have to recognize that worth for yourself. You cannot wait for others to see it, because the moment you do, you will be empowered to live from that truth every day. When you truly understand your worth, you stop settling for less than what you deserve. You stop trying to fit into places or relationships that don't honor who you are. You don't lower your standards because of someone else's insecurities or lack of understanding. Your worth isn't up for debate, it's a fact, not a feeling. It's not based on what someone else thinks of you or what they say behind your back. Recognizing your worth means understanding that you don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to chase people or constantly seek approval. People may try to overlook you, take you for granted, or dismiss your contributions, but that doesn't change who you are. When you recognize your worth, you carry yourself with a quiet confidence. You walk into a room knowing that you bring something unique and irreplaceable to the table, and you don't need anyone else's permission to do so. This is the foundation for living a life of true freedom. When you know who you are and what you offer, you won't waste your time with people who can't see your value. You will stop begging for someone to appreciate you, and instead, you will naturally attract the right people who will. People who will respect you, honor you, and recognize your worth before you even have to say a word. Recognizing your worth also allows you to set healthy boundaries. When you truly understand your value, you won't tolerate disrespect, mistreatment, or people who take advantage of your kindness. You'll know when it's time to walk away from situations that don't align with your worth, because you are not afraid to let go of what doesn't serve you. To stand tall in your identity is to live unapologetically as the person you were always meant to be. It's knowing deep in your heart that you don't need to conform to anyone else's expectations or fit into anyone's box. Too often we allow society, family, or even friends to tell us who we should be, but standing tall in your identity means refusing to let others define you. When you stand tall in your identity, you are rooted in the understanding that you were created for a specific purpose. There is a reason you think the way you think, feel the way you feel, and dream the way you dream. You carry a unique perspective that the world needs. But that can only be unlocked when you fully embrace who you are without apologies, without doubt, and without fear of judgment. This means not shrinking back in the presence of others. It's about owning your voice, owning your story, and not trying to fit into a mold that doesn't suit you. It's about having the courage to say, "This is who I am, and I am enough." When you stand tall in your identity, you stop comparing yourself to others. You stop measuring your worth against someone else's success, achievements, or appearance. You learn to appreciate your own journey and see your own value without looking to others for approval. Standing tall in your identity also means knowing that you don't have to apologize for your strengths, your talents, or your ambitions. You are not too much. You are not too loud, too bold, too confident, or too passionate. You're simply you. And when you accept that, you stop dimming your light to make others comfortable. Instead of hiding parts of yourself that others might not understand, you choose to let those parts shine. In every area of your life, you are enough just as you are. Standing tall in your identity is about accepting every part of you, the parts that are still growing, the parts that are still healing, and the parts that are already thriving. When you stand tall, you own every success and every failure because they've shaped you into the person you are today. This confidence doesn't come from pride or arrogance. It comes from a deep-rooted sense of self-respect and self-love. When you stand tall in your identity, you honor who you are by refusing to settle for anything less than what you deserve. You understand that your true worth is not in what others think of you, but in how you view yourself. One of the most powerful things you can do for yourself is to release the past. Holding on to past mistakes, regrets, hurts, or disappointments keeps you anchored to a time and place that no longer serves you. The past is full of lessons, yes, but it is not meant to be lived in forever. Too many of us allow the past to define who we are today, but you cannot move forward if you're constantly looking back. Releasing the past doesn't mean forgetting about it or pretending it didn't happen. It means freeing yourself from its emotional weight. The pain you experienced, the people who hurt you, the dreams that didn't work out, they do not have to control your future. You are not the sum of your past mistakes. You are not the broken pieces of your past relationships, the failures you experienced, or the wrong turns you made. You are someone who has grown, learned, and is moving toward a brighter, better future. The past is just a chapter in your story, not the whole book. When you carry the weight of the past, it drains your energy and prevents you from fully embracing the present. It keeps you stuck in cycles of regret and what is making it hard to see the opportunities in front of you. The people who have hurt you, the things that didn't go as planned, or the times you felt misunderstood, they will always try to call you back into their grip. But you are not obligated to keep replaying those moments over and over in your mind. To truly release the past, you must forgive, whether it's forgiving others, forgiving yourself, or both. Forgiveness isn't about excusing someone else's behavior. It's about letting go of the hold that past events have on your heart. Forgiveness frees you from the bitterness that only weighs you down. When you release that bitterness, you create space in your heart for healing, joy, and peace to enter. Remember, forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself, not the other person. It is a declaration that you will no longer be controlled by what happened before. Letting go of the past also means releasing your expectations of what could have been. We often hold on to dreams, relationships, or plans that didn't turn out the way we thought they would. And while it's painful to let go of those things, it's important to understand that just because something didn't work out the way you imagined doesn't mean it wasn't meant for you. Life has a way of redirecting our paths when we least expect it. The closed doors, the unexpected detours, and the unanswered prayers are often part of a greater plan. But if you keep looking back, you'll miss what's in front of you. To release the past is also to release the guilt or shame you may carry about things you didn't get right. You don't need to keep punishing yourself for things you can't change. You did the best you could with what you knew at the time. And now you are a new person, wiser, stronger, and more capable. Holding on to past mistakes is like trying to walk forward while facing backward. It's exhausting and ultimately keeps you from the life you were meant to live. Releasing the past is an act of faith. It's a trust that the best is still to come, that your future holds something better than the hurt and pain you experienced. It's knowing that the next chapter of your life can be filled with growth, love, and new possibilities if you are willing to leave the old chapter behind. It's giving yourself permission to move on. We all go through seasons in life where it feels like nothing is moving forward. You might have been working hard, waiting patiently, and putting in the effort, but it feels as if the breakthrough you're hoping for is just out of reach. You look around and wonder why others seem to have everything fall into place while you're still waiting for your moment. But I want you to know that your time will come. Your time will come when you least expect it. And it will come in ways that you may never have imagined. There's a perfect timing to everything in life, even when it feels like things aren't happening fast enough. Sometimes it's not that you're not qualified or that you're not capable. It's simply that the right opportunities and the right people have not yet lined up to make things happen. That's why you can't afford to give up, even when the progress feels slow or the wait seems endless. In times like these, it's important to remind yourself that just because you're not seeing immediate results doesn't mean you're not on the right path. Everything has a season, and sometimes the season of waiting is one of preparation. There may be things you need to learn, habits you need to form, or character you need to build before you're fully ready for the blessings that are about to come your way. Your time will come when you are prepared to handle it in a way that will serve you and those around you. Trust in the process, because growth often happens in the hidden seasons. You might not always see the changes or the growth happening inside of you, but they are there. Just as a seed is buried in the dark soil before it grows into a tree, you are being prepared for something bigger. Sometimes the quiet seasons are the most valuable because they shape you into the person you need to become in order to thrive when your moment arrives. It's also important to remember that the timing of your life is not up to anyone else. It's not about comparing your journey to someone else's. Just because someone else is getting their break doesn't mean yours isn't coming. You may wonder why others have already reached their goals, but know this: what's for you is for you, and no one can take that away. The path you're on is uniquely yours, and there are lessons, blessings, and opportunities that are specifically designed for you, things that no one else can walk through or experience in the same way. In the meantime, continue to work with faith, not frustration. Continue to grow, to serve, to put in the effort, and to trust that your time is coming. Don't be discouraged by delays or by the seeming silence of life. Sometimes life is quietly aligning the right circumstances, putting people in your path, and setting up the perfect conditions for your success. Your time will come when it's meant to. When it does, it will feel like everything you've been working for is falling into place. It will feel effortless because you've been preparing for it all along, even in the moments you couldn't see it. You will look back and realize that every step, every setback, every detour, and every moment of waiting was part of the bigger picture, and it will all make sense in that perfect moment. In life, it's easy to get distracted by the noise around us, by the opinions of others, or by the uncertainties that come with each new chapter. Yet, the key to living a fulfilled and successful life lies in one powerful principle: moving forward with purpose. It means having a clear sense of direction, an understanding of why you're doing what you're doing, and a deep conviction that every step you take is taking you closer to your destiny. Moving forward with purpose doesn't mean you won't face challenges. In fact, you may encounter setbacks, obstacles, and moments of doubt along the way. But when you move forward with purpose, you stay anchored to your vision and your goals, regardless of what's happening around you. Purpose gives you resilience. It helps you keep going when the road gets tough, when things don't make sense, and when it feels like nothing is happening. It's the understanding that every challenge is part of your growth, not a detour from your journey. When you move forward with purpose, you're intentional about your actions. You know that every choice you make matters. Purpose brings focus. It helps you prioritize what's important and eliminate distractions. You don't waste time on things that don't align with your values or your goals. You no longer drift aimlessly through life, letting circumstances dictate your path. Instead, you begin each day with intention, knowing exactly what you're working toward and why it matters. This sense of purpose also helps you stay grounded when others around you may try to pull you in different directions. People may have their opinions about what you should be doing or where you should be heading, but when you are clear on your purpose, you are able to tune out the noise and stay true to your own journey. You don't have to explain yourself or justify your path. You trust that the vision you carry is meant for you, and you have the courage to pursue it despite the opinions or pressures from others. Purpose isn't just about setting goals, it's about aligning your heart, mind, and actions with something bigger than yourself. It's about knowing that what you're doing today has significance, even if it's not always immediately visible. When you move forward with purpose, you understand that every step, no matter how small it may seem, is part of a greater plan. Purpose gives your life meaning and direction, turning every moment into an opportunity for growth, learning, and progress. When you face difficult times, moving forward with purpose becomes even more crucial. Purpose acts as your compass during storms. It helps you navigate uncertainty with confidence because you know that no matter how rough the waters get, you are headed in the right direction. You understand that setbacks are not the end, but merely part of the process. When you are driven by purpose, you don't quit because things get hard. You press forward because you know that the destination is worth the effort. Moving forward with purpose also requires a mindset of continuous growth. It's not enough to just move forward physically, you must also move forward emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Purpose propels you to keep evolving, to become the best version of yourself with every step you take. Whether you're learning new skills, developing your character, or deepening your faith, your purpose keeps you on a path of progress. In life, we are all faced with moments of hurt, disappointment, and injustice. It's easy to hold on to resentment when people treat us unfairly or when our expectations aren't met. Sometimes the pain runs so deep that it feels impossible to let go. But holding on to resentment only keeps us trapped in the past, preventing us from moving forward with peace and joy. The key to freeing ourselves and finding true healing is to choose gratitude over resentment. Resentment is a heavy burden to carry. It's like a weight on your heart that grows with time, poisoning your thoughts and emotions. The more you dwell on past hurts, the more you let them control your present. Resentment feeds anger, bitterness, and unforgiveness, and it creates a cycle that keeps you stuck. The people or situations you resent no longer have power over you, but your emotional attachment to them keeps you tied to those painful moments. Choosing gratitude, on the other hand, lightens the heart and frees the mind. Gratitude is a choice, and it's not always easy, especially when life hasn't gone the way you expected. But gratitude allows you to shift your focus from what's wrong to what's right. Instead of replaying the moments of hurt and frustration in your mind, you begin to appreciate the good that is still present in your life. It's about recognizing the blessings, even in the midst of pain, and being thankful for the lessons you've learned along the way. Gratitude over resentment also shifts your perspective on the people who have wronged you. Instead of holding on to bitterness, which only weighs you down, gratitude allows you to see things differently. It doesn't mean that what happened was okay or that you condone the wrong behavior, but it does allow you to release the hold that those past actions have on your heart. When you choose gratitude, you choose to no longer give power to the people or events that caused you pain. Instead, you take your power back and you reclaim your peace. When you choose gratitude, you acknowledge that your life is not defined by what has been taken from you or by the people who have hurt you. Gratitude opens up your heart to healing. It helps you see that while the wounds may still be there, they don't have to control your happiness. You begin to look at the blessings in your life, the love of family, the support of friends, the beauty in the small moments, and you realize that there is so much to be grateful for, even in the midst of challenges. Furthermore, gratitude over resentment brings emotional and physical benefits. Holding on to resentment can manifest as stress, anxiety, and even health problems. It creates an internal environment that is toxic and draining. Gratitude, however, creates space for peace, joy, and contentment. Studies have shown that people who practice gratitude regularly experience lower levels of stress, better sleep, and even improved relationships. When you focus on what you're thankful for, your overall well-being improves, and your heart becomes lighter. Choosing gratitude also opens doors for new opportunities. Resentment keeps you stuck in a cycle of negativity, but gratitude allows you to see new possibilities. When you're focused on the good, you begin to attract more good into your life. Opportunities, new relationships, and blessings begin to flow into your life because you're in a mindset of abundance, not scarcity. Gratitude expands your vision and helps you see beyond your current circumstances. It allows you to recognize that there is always something to be thankful for, even when things seem difficult. In life, we often find ourselves searching for the right connections, whether it's in friendships, relationships, or even professional opportunities. We can feel as if we're constantly putting ourselves out there, hoping for the right people to recognize our value and walk alongside us. But there's something powerful in trusting that the right people will come along at the right time. You don't have to force relationships, chase after validation, or settle for less than you deserve. The right people will come along when you trust the process and allow things to unfold naturally. First, it's important to understand that the right people are not just those who offer validation or comfort, but those who help you grow. The right people are the ones who challenge you, encourage you to become better, and support you when times are tough. These are the people who see your potential, believe in your dreams, and will not only stand by you in your success, but will also uplift you when you're at your lowest. They are not just there for the good times, but for the tough moments as well. Sometimes the right people are those who may not agree with you on everything, but respect your individuality and challenge you to think differently. There's a tendency to think that if we haven't found those right people yet, something is wrong with us. We might feel overlooked or like we're missing out. But the truth is that relationships take time. The right people are worth waiting for. They're the ones who will show up at the right time in your life, and often they come when you least expect it. In the meantime, don't settle for relationships that drain you, belittle you, or take you off course. Trust that as you grow into the person you were meant to be, the people who are meant to walk alongside you will also come into your life. Sometimes the right people are the ones who show up when you've reached a place of contentment and self-awareness. When you stop seeking others to complete you and start recognizing your own value, you become a magnet for the right people. These are the people who resonate with your authenticity and see you for who you truly are, not who they want you to be. They bring value to your life, and you bring value to theirs. The right people also respect your boundaries and your time. They don't take you for granted or try to control your actions. They understand that your purpose and vision are just as important as their own, and they support you in pursuing them. The right people will encourage you to stay true to yourself, even when it's not always easy. They'll never ask you to compromise your integrity, your beliefs, or your values in order to please them. When the right people come into your life, they bring a sense of peace and alignment. They fit naturally into your life and create an environment where you can thrive. These are the people who help you to become the best version of yourself, not because they demand it, but because they encourage it through their actions, words, and example. They believe in you even when you doubt yourself and see potential in you that you may not yet see. It's important to remember that just as the right people will come into your life, sometimes the wrong people will fade away. This is part of the process. Letting go of relationships that no longer serve you or hinder your growth is just as important as welcoming new ones. The right people may not always look the way you expected or arrive in the way you anticipated, but they will bring with them the kind of support and love that aligns with your highest good. In life, we are constantly growing, learning, and evolving through recognizing our worth, standing tall in our identity, and releasing the past. We make space for the future to unfold with purpose. When we choose gratitude over resentment, we shift our mindset toward peace and positivity, opening ourselves to new opportunities and growth. And when we trust that the right people will come along at the right time, We stop forcing connections and start attracting those who align with our values and aspirations. Each of these principles helps us move forward, not from a place of desperation or comparison, but from a place of self-assurance and trust in the journey. As we embrace our true selves, release what no longer serves us, and stay focused on what lies ahead, we can be confident that the best is yet to come. The right time, the right people, and the right opportunities will arrive when we are ready.
Thank you for watching and investing in yourself today. Remember, every small step you take moves you closer to greatness. Stay inspired, stay motivated, and keep chasing your dreams.